Okay, want to welcome everyone. Thank you for attending today's announcements for April 14, 2025. We'll go ahead and get started with the announcements from the departments. This one is coming from the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. It's a public service announcement. It's a reference Title IV, Ute Mountain Ute Law and Order Code, Children's Code. So this is a public notice to inform the community members, Ute Mountain Ute Tribe, the following. Title IV Ute Mountain Ute Law and Order Code, Children's Code has been adopted and approved by the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Council. Copy of Title IV Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Law and Order Code, Children's Code can be obtained by submitting a written request from Maryland House. You can get the written request forms from Maryland House Executive Secretary from the Office of the Chairman. The request form will be submitted to the Tribal Secretary, Conrad Jacket, for approval, and the Tribal Justice Department at the Ute Mountain Ute Complex will provide a copy of the code. There is a 90-day implementation and review of the Children's Code. We encourage any concern or comments regarding Title IV Ute Mountain Ute Law and Order Code, Children's Code, to contact the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Justice Department. So this was passed recently by the Tribal Council at the last Tribal Council meeting. So this serves as a public service announcement, and this is in reference to Title IV Ute Mountain Ute Law and Order Code, and this will pertain to the Children's Code. There is a water meeting, Mancos Watershed Stream Management Plan. This is the second draft feedback session, also asking for community input. The Mancos Watershed Group has completed the second draft of the Mancos Watershed Stream Management Plan. Changes and updates will be presented, and the floor will be open to public comment and feedback. So for public comment, it'll be here April 15th at 4 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. at the Community Center here in Toyac. This is a review of the second stream management plan, draft revisions, and time to provide feedback. So if you have any concerns about the Mancos Watershed and the management plan, then you can go ahead and come down to the meeting on April 15th. That's tomorrow at 4 o'clock to 5:30 at the Community Center. And this is the one that comes off the mountain over here. La Pata comes down to the Mancos community. It's part of that reservoir that's north of that. It's called Jackson Lake. And that Jackson Lake feeds the river, Mancos River. And it comes all the way down through the Mancos Canyon, down to Mancos Creek, and then goes on down to San Juan at the Four Corners. So if you have any concerns about that, now is the time to have public comment. It'll be tomorrow, April 15th, 4 o'clock to 5:30 in the Community Center. This is coming from the Ute Mountain Recreation Center. Join us for the Easter egg hunt. This will be on Friday, April 18th at 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll be at the Veterans Park and front of the Recreation Center. Ages 6 on down, and 7 through 12 age group, and 13 through 18 age group. Any questions, you can call the Ute Mountain Recreation Center. And this is on our annual Ute Mountain Ute Recreation Center Easter egg hunt. And it'll be on this coming Friday, April 18th at 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll be both at the Veterans Park and at the front of the Recreation Center. And there's 3 age categories: 6 years old on down to newborns, 7 years up to 12-year-olds, then 13-year-old up to 18-year-olds. Also, there'll be an Easter gourd dance. This will be on April 19th. At the Indian Village, across from the Ute Mountain Casino. It'll be starting time will be at 11 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m. Egg hunt for kids. Vendors are welcome. All gourd societies welcome. Most of these guys that are head staff are all coming out of Farmington. And the theme is honoring our children. Supper break will be at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. The closing of the gourd dance will be at 8 p.m. Contact person will be Willow White Skunk. She's helping to put this on. This is an Easter gourd dance down at the Indian Village, April 19, 2025, from starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then they'll have a supper break. Then they'll resume again, and then they'll finish up at 8 p.m. All gourd societies are welcome. And there'll also be an egg hunt for the kids. This comes from my office. Ute Mountain Ute Tribe members and employees. Early closure. Offices will be closing at 12 p.m. on Friday, April 18th in observance of Good Friday. Regular office hours will resume on Monday, April 21st. There'll be a 4-hour administrative leave pay for all employees that are employed at the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe, tribal government. So again, we'll be closing the tribal government. The tribal offices will close at 12 p.m. for all of our tribal employees under the government in observance of Good Friday. Regular hours will resume on Monday, April 21st. This is also a notice for Tri-Ute Games. Tri-Ute Games will be held in Fort Duchesne this year. They'll be the host tribe. Opening ceremony will start on July 7th at the Fort Duchesne Gymnasium. This is the 2025 Tri-Ute Games. The following games that will be played this year is basketball, bowling, volleyball, golf, archery, wrestling, and hand game. And there'll also be an Ultimate Warrior Challenge. Deadline for all of this is May 23rd. Please sign up your athletes by 4:30 on the 23rd. Enroll members and first descendants with certificate of Indian blood. The age group is 9 through 18 years old. So if you're interested in playing in this year's 2025 Tri-Ute Games, please get a hold of the Recreation Department. The games will be held at Fort Duchesne, July 7th through the 10th. Opening ceremonies will be on the 7th. And it'll be for enrolled members of the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe, Southern Ute Indian Tribe, and Uinta Array Tribe. For us, for Ute Mountain, first descendants, a certificate of Indian blood is also included. I'm pretty sure that's for all three tribes. This is also a notice coming from the Recreation Center. Please use the multi-purpose store south of the main recreation entrance due to construction. If you have any questions, you can contact the Recreation Department. Thank you from the Recreation Center. So anybody going over to the Recreation Center, please use the multi-purpose store on the south side of the main entrance to the Recreation Center. They're working on the main entrance doors. This year's Ute Mountain Casino Powwow, the new date will be August 1st through the 3rd, and hand game tournament. So we're just notifying everybody this year that the date has changed. The new date is August 1st through the 3rd for the Ute Mountain Casino Powwow and hand game tournament. They'll also be having a gourd dance. There's different categories. Hand game will be August 2nd. Registration 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. And this is down at the Ute Mountain Casino. So you can put this on your calendar and look forward to seeing you all down at the casino for the powwow. This one is the IMIM IP, Missing and Murdered Indigenous People. This event will be held at the Indian Village across from the casino. This is on July 11th at 4:30 p.m. There'll be a potluck style. Everyone is welcome to bring a dish. Walk starts at the fire station. It'll walk from the fire station here down to the Indian Village. There'll be guest speakers. There'll be welcome. Sponsorship is Ute Mountain Diabetes. You can contact Willow White Skunk. So it's for IMIM IP, Missing and Murdered Indigenous People. This will be held in July on the 11th, starting the walk at 4:30 p.m. from the EMS building, fire station, down to the Indian Village. Ute Mountain Housing Division, tenants interested in receiving the newsletter in the digital format. This is the TP Chatter newsletter monthly issue. You can register by email with fbrooks@utemountain.org. This is just an update on what's happening in the housing department. It's good to look at it. It has a lot of history and it talks about some programs that would really benefit tenants in the housing units, in rental units, mutual help, or just in your everyday residential area. Or just as a community member, tribal member, employee want to read the TP Chatter newsletter, monthly issue. This one comes from the fire department, Ute Mountain Public Safety Department, Fire Danger Community Meeting, April 24th, 6 p.m. at the Community Center here in Toyac. Projected defense space due to drought. Topics to be discussed: fire restrictions, Sundance, home keep up, the effects of the drought. We've been asking for this from last year. We had a pretty bad fire that came right close up to a house, but we've been always looking at this and trying to find funding to thin out some areas between the homes, especially the homes going north of Toyac here. There's a lot of sagebrush trees in that area, so we want to be able to cut some of those down. We always want to look out for the Sundance as the drought is here. Some of these trees and bushes and plants are pretty dry, so we need to be able to have a good fire plan for backup for that. And then what's happening within your homes. Do each one of your homes have a fire extinguisher? Do you need a fire extinguisher? Should you have a fire extinguisher? So just wanted to update on that. This meeting will be held on April 24th, 6 p.m. at the Toyac Community Center. And this is put on by the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Public Safety Department. So please come learn about it, understand what fire can do. As what happened in California when they had that fire, it really burned up a lot of homes down that way. Then it happened over in South Carolina. So understand what the defenses would be for drought situations, fire restrictions, the Sundance if you have a camp up there, or even just at home. There's some trainings that are coming up, confined space training. So if you work for like plumbing or something where you're confined in a small area, then this confined space training equips workers with the knowledge and skills to safely enter and work into spaces with limited access and potential hazards. So this is something that'll be held on April 30th, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. This is at the White Mesa Education Center. If you're interested, please register for this. You can register now if you want to, but this is a good training for people that access small areas and potential hazards that could be in them areas. You're really limited on small spaces and not able to breathe when you get into these areas, especially in your work areas. There's another training. The objectives of this programs are to bring about greater awareness of the need to recognize workplace hazards, improve an ability to recognize the hazards that are present in the workplace, greater awareness of the ways in which hazards can be properly evaluated to decide the amount of risk presented. This is on April 29th from 9 o'clock in the morning to 4. This is a 2-day class, April 30th, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. This is also at the White Mesa Education Center. So if you're interested in any of these two trainings, please contact the White Mesa Education Center so that they can get an accurate account of how many people will be attending these two trainings. Ute Mountain Ute WIC department will be in White Mesa for recertification, new certifications, nutritional educational contacts, or for just general information about the program. If you want to learn a little bit more, stop by. Women, infants, children. This will be on April 16th, 10 a.m. to 2:30 at the White Mesa Community Center. If you have any questions, you can contact the WIC department at 970-238-6645. And the Ute Mountain Ute WIC Center will be in White Mesa on April 16th at 2025, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. This is the 6th annual Utah Foster Care Moccasin Run for foster care awareness. This will be held on Saturday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in White Mesa, Utah. RSVP need to get free t-shirt for in-person participation. The Utah Foster Care Program is raising awareness for indigenous children in foster homes. Utah Foster Care Moccasin Run. We've been talking a little bit about some of this with the ICWA legislation that's being introduced in the state of Utah. Also, two other states that we're in, state of Colorado and state of New Mexico, is also looking at some legislation on the ICWA, Indian Child Welfare Act. So understanding when our children go off to foster care homes. But this one pertains to the awareness of Indigenous children in foster care. It's the 6th annual Utah Foster Care Moccasin Run. It'll be held Saturday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. down in White Mesa. We have some job announcements for the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. Child Development has 3 positions: assistant Head Start teacher. They're also looking for a physical manager and a lead Head Start teacher. Higher Education is needing a director and also adult education coordinator. Housing Division is needing 2 positions. One's a maintenance worker and the other one is a lead maintenance supervisor. Then the courts, the Judicial Service is looking for Associate General Counsel and alternate defense counsel. This is for our lawyers here for the tribe. Social service needing 2 positions. One is a director and the other one is a caseworker. Transportation is looking for 2 positions. One is a mechanic 2 and the other one is a mechanic 3. Public safety also has 2 positions. EMT paramedic / firefighter and also a firefighter 1 EMT B. Public Works is looking for a director. Counseling and Treatment looking for CAS counselor. Administration is looking for Assistant Executive Director to work with John Trocek as his assistant. Bruno looking for Chief Wildlife Officer. White Mesa Education's needing a Public Safety Lead Liaison. Recreation needing some temporary Tri-Ute coordinators for the Tri-Ute games and also a head coordinator and a supervisor and a head cook. This is for the bushwhacking program. That'll be coming up. So these are temporary positions for the Tri-Ute coordinator for the Recreation Department. Bushwhacking head coordinator supervises the whole program. Bushwhacker supervisor working with the staff members, and then a head cook for the bushwhacking program, then an assistant cook. Economic Development needs a part-time retail and customer service association. Natural Resource needs a Pinecrest Ranch caretaker and also needs a range rider. These positions are both for the Pinecrest Ranch. Environmental, looking for Air Quality Tech 2. Tribal Parks needing a tour guide trainee. And Child Development is needing 2 positions. One is a full-time daycare teacher, needing 2 positions there, and one is a reception. So those are the vacancies with the Ute Mountain Ute Personnel Department. For last week was April 9th, 2025 when they posted this. So these are the positions. If you're interested in them, please get a hold of HR department with the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. We'll go into my announcements for today. Mine is not too long. I would like to say hello and good afternoon to everyone listening from far and near to our announcements for today, April 14th, 2025. Welcome to all of our tribal members, community members, and employees of the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. We have been losing a lot of our tribal members in this year, and it's a concern from every one of our tribal members on and off the reservation. We need to look at our programs and to see if they are reaching out to our communities here in Towaoc and in White Mesa. Or could it be our tribal members are not asking for help from our tribal department programs? If someone in our tribal reservation or a family member or families need help, please reach out and let us work together for all of our tribal members. This concern comes to me as I'm reading this paragraph that we've lost a lot of our tribal members either by health disparities or by substance abuse. We need to realize that there's programs here that are brought to the residents in Towaoc and White Mesa, whether you're a tribal member, community member, or an employee, And we need to figure out how can we help you to help us, so we can create programs that benefit you and helps you out on your everyday. We're seeing a lot younger tribal members passing away. Some of the ones that are passing away that are elders are due to health disparities, diabetes, heart, things that came out of COVID with asthma, not exercising, not eating right. Programs that we have in place right now, a good dietitian can help you to eat proper foods. Today, we don't really exercise as much as we need to, the older we get. So we try to create exercise programs for our elders, but there's also a recreation center here, which has exercise machines in there. We have the diabetes program, which has exercise facility in there. We try to do walks with the diabetes program. We need to get more active in what's going on within our community. We can't keep losing tribal members every week or every other week and go to these funerals. So it goes in a partnership with both of us as a tribal government, as tribal families, as tribal employees, community members, and especially tribal members. From the youngest to the oldest, we need to be able to look at how we live our lives on an everyday basis, and we need to take care of one another. And we need to visit and talk a little bit more about the challenges you might be facing within your homes. It might be your child, your grandchild, your parents. Somebody needs some type of program to help them to live longer lives. So we have a lot of things that are good and positive in our community. Let's try to support one another. My next topic is we are now in springtime, Damat'u, and bear dances are around the corner. The month of May, every weekend will be a bear dance, whether it's in the Uinta Array Reservation, Fort Duchesne, at White Rocks. So if you try to plan up there, please get some money saved if you're going to be taking these trips, because it's going to take money, it's going to take gas, food, hotel, time to get up there, time to get back, and time for work. So please plan it out. And that Memorial Day weekend is Southern Ute. Then we take a rest for one weekend, and then on June 6th through the 9th is the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe's Bear Dance. So we'll also be having our Colorado Commission of Indian Affairs meeting at that same time here. And we'll also have the Lieutenant Governor and her staff help us start out our bear dance here in Ute Mountain Ute on Friday morning at 10. So we want to just be able to support each other. Bear dance is a time of celebration. We come out of winter. We celebrate life. We celebrate everything that our Creator created that helps bring the plants, the trees, the animals, everything we have. The snow is melting on the mountains. The water's starting to flow. And getting all these resources out to our communities, especially that water. Water is sacred to us. So really looking at what spring brings to us. But also, graduations are there too in the month of May. High school graduations, Head Start graduations, higher education from colleges, universities. All of this is a part of the graduation from May into June. And we also have powwows, which have started up already with the Denver March powwow. And April we'll be having the Gathering of Nations, and then other smaller powwows will be starting up. And some of you that do participate or just want to go to these powwows to watch and be around Native Americans and seeing them dance and hear the songs, which is a good thing. And maybe some of your children or grandchildren might be a part of the powwow organization or part of the process. So just saying that these things are looking out. Schools are starting to finish up their second semester for this upcoming school year for all the students. So we need to look and plan for what the summer has to hold for our students, whether it's the bushwhacking program, taking vacations, have the students be a part of the summer school program. You look at other things might be happening within our community or somewhere else. Please plan for it in a proper way. So these are happening pretty soon as springtime is here and it's upon us. The schedules for this week, today, Monday, April 14th, This morning we had an update meeting with the council on upcoming events. I gave a report to tribal council about all the events that are going on that I've been participating with, and each one of the council members also done a report to each one of us. So just us 6 council members were in this council chambers talking about the meetings that we went to. I was in Washington, D.C. We had a council meeting here. Vice Chairman took that on. The resolutions they passed and the discussion they had about our energy and renewable, about our healthcare programs, what we're going to do in the direction for that, our education. 2 of our council members went down to Florida to go see the accounts that we have with Raymond James, what the balances are, and finding out where we are financially. So those are kind of the quick updates that we had. We talked about legislations that was happening in states. So we're looking at how we can continue to keep moving forward. Tomorrow we'll be having an enrollment committee meeting. There's some other meetings that we'll be having. On Wednesday is the Administrative Professionals Day down at the casino. And we'll be addressing and identifying all the administrative professionals that work for the Ute Man Ute tribe. And council will be down there with introductions, thanking everybody that works under that position and just recognizing our employees. And then they will do their own conference with 3 breakout sessions. Also, the Elder Center will be having their Easter luncheon on Wednesday, so they'll be having their Easter hunt for the elders on Wednesday. 10:30 a.m. will be the Easter egg hunt to 11. That's for the elders down at the Elders Center. On Thursday, elder pension will be coming out. The ones that receive it on direct deposit will get it in their bank accounts. The other ones will be receiving theirs in the mail, so we can get it Thursday morning as soon as the post office opens. Tribal Council will be doing a water retreat. This will be happening up at the First National Bank. We have a water retreat that tells us what our water concerns are that we have for the Ute Man Ute tribe on quantification, water rights of ownership, where we can get water from. In the state of Colorado, we have the McPhee Reservoir by Dolores. Then we also have the Lake Nighthorse over in Durango, which we do not have a delivery system yet. But we're trying to figure out how can we get that water over here to Ute Mountain. We're working on the New Mexico water rights right now, trying to quantify the water rights that we have over there and projects that'll be coming up. The hydro project in New Mexico, which is a pump back storage project. And then we're also looking at possibly looking at development down at the Four Corners Monument, as I was talking to the tribal council this morning, based on water rights out of New Mexico. But we're also trying to quantify our water rights in Utah out of recapture, and that's for municipal use so we can serve the White Mesa community. But also we have ag water, which we use for farming, and that's over by the airport next to the Blanding Airport. So these is just an update on how we're going to be moving forward. This retreat is for tribal council and staff only, and that'll be on Thursday pretty much most of the day, then Friday up till noon. So Friday, we have the water retreat for council up to noon. Also, the community egg hunt will start at 10 o'clock in the morning over here at the rec center in the Veterans Park. And the memo that I read earlier that the tribe will be closing at noon, observation of Good Friday, the Friday before Easter Sunday. The history of Good Friday. Good Friday is observed on the Friday before Easter Sunday. This day is commemorating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Let us remember what sacrifice Jesus did for all of us. He was the Son of God. He came into this world. He was here for 30 years, and he was crucified in April in recognition of all of us as the children of God. So I want to recognize and really support that holiday in a good way from our hearts and our minds and what challenges we face today. So there will also be a sunrise service over here with the church. They'll be having their sunrise service in the morning. They'll also be having a Good Friday afternoon luncheon. I think it's a luncheon, or I think it's in the morning from 10 to noon. But Rick Wells did contact me and said that they're having something over there on Friday. I'm thinking it is 10 to noon. On Saturday, April 19th, this coming Saturday, there's the Easter Gourd Dance, which will be held down at the Indian Village at the Ute Mountain Casino, starting from 11 a.m. in the morning. It'll go all the way through to supper break and then conclude for supper break and then start again and finish up around 8 p.m. It'll be at the Teepee Village. Everyone is welcome. On a finance report today, elder pension will be going out Thursday the 17th. Council assistance is on a case-by-case. We are in the middle of April right now. About this time of the month, most of the council members are out of council assistance. And we try to do what we can and what budget we have every month. So a lot of the requests come in at the beginning of the month. And some of these are to just help you get by. This is an emergency program, not one that we just give out money all the time just because you need money to go to the movie or go bowling or whatever. But it's to help you out in emergency programs, like if you need to get to food, if you need propane, if you need something that's a basic necessity in your home, then this will help out through the council assistance program. You can contact your council member or any member of the council and check to see if they have any funds left for the remainder of this month for your assistance request. Kindergarten through 12 parents, the school district is short on bus drivers. Sometimes the school will reach out to you and let you know your child's school is released. Then they can do that early sometimes, just making you aware of those announcements. So community, watch out for your children walking in the community as we're getting close to the end of the school year. Fridays they're off. The weather's getting a little bit warmer outside. We'll be having children walking around in the community. So just be aware, have awareness while you're driving your vehicles within the government quadrant or even up the residential streets. On the health side, allergies are on the rise during the springtime with the plants, and they're starting to bloom. Please take care of your health as the measles outbreak started in Texas and now is in New Mexico. Please be sure and get your vaccinations that you need to get. If you don't know which vaccinations, please go on over to the IHS Health Center. Ask about your vaccination updates and they'll give you an update if you need any vaccinations. And always good to get a checkup every once in a while, maybe once a year, just on your condition of your health. Sometimes it's in the best interest of yourself. They can make recommendations to you. Spring cleanup will be happening soon. The state has not been given out yet. As soon as the environmental department, Scott Clow, director, gets that out for both the communities of Toyoak and White Mesa, we will be doing a spring cleanup. And that's something we always let the residential tribal member, community members know so that we can clean up our yards, get them ready and take them down to the transfer station or however they want to get rid of some of the stuff. We want to wish everyone a happy Easter this weekend to all of you and your families from the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Council. May you enjoy this day and this weekend and with your loved one, and always remember what this special holiday is about. So I just wanted to say that to each and every one of you listening. No, to which the way that Captain Altet away April 14th. Puwat Nikakaran Altet away. Alrutum Mamnuchi no Vetum Kapanovici. Maybe it's due to substance abuse or nagamkia. Push up as Puwaya Mamus Chaukun. So I just want to say, Muniru, if it's something that you need help with, we have a lot of tribal departments here. Whether it's counseling, whether it's push-up, and they're able to reach out. Or maybe it's Muniat, maybe Tweetwich, or maybe you don't want to know push-up, but birthwitchna, the wee but what push-up, you might need help to birthwitch. The Weeb Chamamu department that in both in Toyoak and White Mesa, Hansap Mamus Perkia Chamuni, from the youngest to the oldest, Mamus Paranche to Whoop now from the Ramkit, maybe they're not having right meals or maybe they're not exercising or bagay exercise with, or tkapam pumayam ritkakan push-up like maybe it has a lot of U in it, or biyamat na is now ruktum non-puram biyamat nakam case. Maybe we're eating too much sugar. Push-up cham. So we have programs that help out uru umay. We're just seeing too many of them. Wushkwe. And a lot of them are getting younger and younger. So always to namuruate which one. And we can try to do what we can from the tribal government to put wakwam. Avjakra tamati avra makul kap tigay manoktapai mam yubuti watum. They're going to be having theirs first. Uatum TP Mohotaviachi. They're going to have that Fort Duchesne up in White Rocks. So just want to let you guys know, Mapruti Perumyaga. Be sure and save some money. Pupam Rupuat Puanam Nipmanti Quatniam should be in good shape to go that far. Check the oil, get a tune up, push up robots. Puayam Ritakpan Rais and Avikan Rais Punam Niguivan Hotel. Gas money to get up there. So plan for it, Mapruti Perurach. And Pinu Watum, they're going to have theirs Memorial Day weekend, Mavaikwa Pinu. And then ours will be in June 6th through the 9th, and we'll be having our bear dance, Mapun Cup, Ive. So just, if you're going to get ready for that, watch some mic outs. And then graduation, Sakativ to guys, Pawaya Mamu, Beastie, Primerum, graduate Kipasni Mum, Head Start Latum, high school, colleges, universities, Upra, be sure and take care of the students and support them the best way you can. Parents, grandparents, uncles, and aunts. Move to Shemaike, Mamupistu, Primerum. That way they know what's going on. Learn about it. Church boats, Manoktapatas. So, Puerkiapcha Mamo supporting them in that way. Avakra Chakativ Tigai Pawayam Rupermian Togoipanav, Maine. That'll be the last day of school, probably in May, and they'll get ready for the summer. Bushwhacking program, maybe vacation, hops up when me a lot, or might have some summer school program. So watch my captures. Marataka we can rise powwows. Jagativ to guys, we had the Denver March, Avra Jagativ to guy, Gathering of Nations at the end of the month of April. So watch my caps, Upru to Waparura. Be sure and plan ahead, Uruwata. So this weekend we had some meetings going on. Today I was talking to Mamutato here in J. Morgan now about what's coming up and where we're heading as a council. Wednesday we're having our administrative professional day, and the Elder Center will be having their Easter egg luncheon down at the Elder Center. And elders will be doing their Easter egg hunt at 10:30 to 11. So non-pura map to the Elder Center on Wednesday. Get there early, 10 o'clock or maybe 9:30. That way you have a place to sit down and get a good lunch for the Easter. Thursday is the elder pension will be coming out, whether you get it in your bank account or in the mail. It'll be coming out Thursday. We're going to have a little water retreat. And we're talking about new Maru and just trying to figure how we can take care of it. Different states, and Marpagatik the Dolores McPhee Reservoir, Sween, is the Rako Watqua, Lake Nighthorse, Numi right Marga. So we need to protect it and preserve it and try to utilize it the best way we can. And Friday in Swarshabrug, they'll be having a community Easter egg hunt, Eve Recreation Center and Veterans Parkway. They'll be have the Easter egg hunt for them feast you. 3 categories. So us to get mop to approve to mum feast you upam to announce which now we can get their Easter egg hunt. It's on more on Topa Totave and observance of Good Friday, the Friday before Easter. So always to Namuruwata. Let's see. Health. There's a lot of people are having allergies. And you get these allergies. You have to take allergy pills for it. Avakra tamat, these plants are starting to bloom, trees, uratni, and you can have these allergies. And then in Texas, they measles, man. They had an outbreak over there. They had 2 young kids pass away from it. Avram Maris, New Mexico, Vetkawi. So they're just making everybody aware that these measles can be deadly, in a point where 2 children did pass away from it. Whereas, so always to Namuruwata, Avakra tamat, when be having a spring cleanup, cleaning around your house, push up robots, cutting the trees, mowing the weeds, getting them ready, or maybe you're planting grass or planting flowers or trees, getting ready for this coming summer so that you can have a beautiful lawn, getting rid of some of these cars or push up that might be in your around your house. So spring cleanup will be coming up pretty soon. But we want to wish everyone a happy Easter this weekend on Sunday. You'll be enjoying it with your families. You'll have an Easter egg hunt at your homes, having a big dinner, inviting family, friends over. So we just want to say, have a good, happy Easter. May you enjoy the day with all your loved ones. So we just want to say that from the Tribal Council. In closing, we want to thank all of you for your prayers for all of us, our tribal members, community members, and employees, and all your friends that you know. Also, as we get ready for bear dance and graduations and celebrating family events in this spring warm weather, planting season of these new lawns and grass and flowers. May our Creator continue to bless each and every one of you individually and in each of your homes, on and off the reservation. And may our Creator also bless the Mount Ute tribe. So with that, thank you to Wichita. This concludes my announcements for today. Have a great week.